What if you could walk through the chaos of life without letting anything disturb your inner peace? In a world where stress is a constant companion and opinions fly like arrows, those who master the art of calm set themselves apart. Picture the silent strength of a mountain unmoved by storms, untouched by changing seasons. This is the power Stoicism offers, the ability to act as if nothing bothers you, not by pretending, but by training your mind to hold steady no matter what life throws your way. True composure is forged in the moments of crisis, the tough conversations at work, misunderstandings at home, betrayals among friends, or setbacks in your ambitions. When emotions surge and the world expects a reaction, the Stoic responds with quiet resolve. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters, wrote Epictetus. Those who can anchor themselves, who cultivate a silent fortress within, inspire trust, respect, and admiration. This isn't cold indifference, it's living proof that your peace is not up for negotiation. The world may rage on, but those who learn to act as if nothing bothers them walk a path of unshakable freedom. 1. Don't let small things control you. In the silent spaces of life, beyond the clamor of obligation and the noise of opinion, we all confront moments that quietly test our inner fortitude. A sharp word from a colleague, a minor mishap at home, an offhand comment from a friend. These are not grand, earth-shattering events. Yet, left unchecked, they become seeds of doubt, frustration, and inaction. They accumulate like snowflakes, delicate and light. Yet if unattended, they can paralyze even the mightiest oak. The Stoics, those ancient masters of resilience, remind us through the ages, we are not disturbed by things, but by the view we take of them. Epictetus's wisdom echoes through our daily lives, urging us not to surrender our tranquility to the trivial. In a world obsessed with speed and spectacle, it's often the smallest things that trip us the hardest. Consider the father who, after a long day, is derailed by a careless remark from his teenager, or the manager who allows a passing critique in a meeting to spiral into self-doubt, clouding his decision-making for weeks. Over time, these micro-stings, if left untreated, become the silent saboteurs of our happiness and progress. So why do we let these slights wield so much power? It's not the event, but our silent concessionaire willingness to hand over authority over our emotions to circumstances beyond our control. Many stand frozen, fearing that if they ignore these pinpricks, they might appear weak. Yet true strength is silent. It endures, observes, and acts with intention, not impulse. Franklin D. Roosevelt once said, "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself." But a deeper truth persists. The real adversary is stagnation born from attention to the minor and the inconsequential. In families, these moments gather at the dinner table, misunderstandings growing into resentments, spouses allowing the repetition of small annoyances to erode their common ground. Among friends, one rude message becomes ammunition for silent wars, poisoning connections that once thrived. In the workplace, a single overlooked achievement or misplaced criticism can dictate one's career trajectory, not because it is decisive, but because we allow it to be. Wisdom lies in learning the silent art of detachment. Marcus Aurelius counseled, "If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it. And it is in your power to wipe out this judgment now. When you choose not to react not out of indifference, but out of inner mastery, you reclaim your power." True Stoicism is not found in grand gestures, but in the daily discipline of responding rather than reacting, of letting the small things pass silently like wind through the trees. The difference between the strong and the weak is not the size of their burdens, but the silent strength with which they shoulder them. In this life, fear will visit, but let it pass silently by. It is the inaction born of petty preoccupation that is the true thief of joy. The courageous path is paved with the simple, silent decision: no small thing will control you unless you grant it power. 2. Adopt the "nothing bothers me" attitude. In the silent corridors of the mind, a battle rages that few ever see. At work, in the relentless rhythm of deadlines and meetings, in family life, beneath the weight of expectation and unspoken tension, there lies an opportunity, the chance to embody the "nothing bothers me" attitude. It is not apathy nor cold detachment. It is masteria, steady hand steering through the tempests of daily existence. A single sliver of news, a disruptive email at midnight, a whispered critique from a colleague. These can invade the peace you have built. Yet, the wise recall the counsel of Marcus Aurelius. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Power, in its most profound form, is silent. It neither boasts nor reacts. It exudes calm certainty in the midst of chaos. Consider the narrative of a seasoned executive. Promotion slipped away, not because she lacked talent, but because office politics shifted in a way she could not control. Her reaction, rather than anger or despair, was silent reflection. She separated her value from the outcome, meeting her team with unwavering composure the next day. Slowly, respect and trust grew around her, for she showed that serenity is strength. In a similar vein, a parent under pressure juggling children, aging parents, and a demanding job chooses not to let a partner's irritable comment escalate. Instead, they respond with a gentle word or a silent nod, guiding the home toward peace rather than discord. What sets these individuals apart is not the absence of turmoil, but the internal discipline to separate emotion from event. In crises, while some let panic dictate their decisions, others choose to be the silent anchor. Amid volatility, their calm presence inspires trust. They become a safe harbor for their families, friends, and colleagues. Viktor Frankl, himself forged in the darkest fires of human experience, wrote, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." These words are a summons to rise above circumstances. The world respects, even gravitates toward, those who carry themselves with silent resolve. To cultivate this attitude, start small. When traffic snarls or tempers flare, breathe. Step silently back from the emotional edge. With every setback or small affront, remind yourself, this does not have authority over my state of mind. Over time, the practice becomes instinct, and the world's chaos loses its grip. The "nothing bothers me" mindset is a shield forged in silent strength. To master it is not to float above challenge, but to move through it unbowed, earning the quiet authority that only self-mastery brings. Boundaries between emotion and event dissolve, and you become, through the silent power of stillness, unshakable. 3. Pause before reacting. In the silent pause between stimulus and response lies the birthplace of self-mastery. Life rarely affords us the luxury of warning. Before a moment of friction, arrives a spouse's sharp remark, a colleague's dismissive gesture, a friend's careless slight. For most, response is automatic, swift, and laden with emotion. Yet, the masters of resilience, from ancient Stoic philosophers to today's most effective leaders, reveal the wisdom of restraint. Between stimulus and response there is a space, Viktor Frankl wrote, In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. In a world addicted to speed and instant reaction, the silent pause is radical. Consider the dynamics of family, a partner's forgotten anniversary, a teenager's rebellious outburst, the unspoken tensions that vibrate beneath the surface of daily life. Those who pause before reacting offer themselves, and those around them, the gift of silent reflection. They break the chain of reaction and create space for clarity. In the glow of the workplace, when team members miss deadlines or criticisms flare, the person who allows a silent moment to pass before speaking commands more than respect. They command trust. Warren Buffett, one of the world's most influential investors, is famous for his ability to pause and reflect before making decisions or responding to challenges. His example illustrates that thinking is a silent act, and it is in the unsung moments of thought that true leadership is forged. Pausing does not mean weakness or passivity. It means discernment, the ability to determine if the matter at hand truly merits your energy. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. How often, in love, do words spoken in haste leave wounds that silent patience would have spared? How often in friendships do we replay slights or misunderstandings, burning bridges over trivialities that in the grand scheme dissolve into insignificance? Silent composure is a force more powerful than any argument. It grants time to see beyond the immediate offense and understand the broader narrative. With each pause, mental resilience is built. The coach on the sidelines, the mother in the face of a child's tantrum, the public figure responding to criticismal display, the silent discipline that marks those who are truly in control of themselves. The challenge is universal. Society conditions us to react, to defend, to assert ourselves in every moment. But self-mastery is not found in constant reaction. It is cultivated in silent, thoughtful restraint. In every pause, in every moment of withheld reaction, we reinforce our ability to choose peace over conflict, clarity over confusion, dignity over regret. Let the silent pause become our ally. Before words or actions fly, reflect. Will this matter a year from now? A month? Does it deserve the power to disturb your peace? In the stillness, build the resilience that quietly, yet indomitably, reshapes your life. 4. Focus on what you can control. Life's most persistent tests rarely announce themselves with fanfare. They come in the silent judgments of others, the shifting winds of public opinion, and the constant reminders that much lies beyond our grasp. In a world obsessed with validation, where social media likes seem to measure worth, and even casual conversations can feel like silent competitions, the roots of confidence are easily threatened. Yet, as Epictetus proclaimed, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. True resilience lies not in external applause, but in silent convictions forged from within. Consider the daily realities of modern life. At the office, a colleague wins recognition for your idea, while your contribution goes unspoken. At home, family members overlook your sacrifices, taking quiet efforts for granted. Among friends, social circles shift, and suddenly your presence is no longer sought. The temptation to chase approval is strong. After all, we are wired for connection. But there's an older, more enduring wisdom. Confidence anchored in silent self-respect cannot be shaken by the world's shifting gaze. Celebrities and public figures provide striking illustrations. Actor Keanu Reeves, known for his humility, faces relentless scrutiny and at times undeserved criticism. Yet his journey reveals a powerful lesson. external noise fades. But the silent truth of self-validation endures. He chooses integrity over attention, kindness over vindication, and in this commands unexpected reverence. Stoic philosophy does not advocate indifference, it urges discernment. Welcoming constructive criticism, as Marcus Aurelius advised, means cultivating a soul that accepts what happens and is content with whatever happens. Useful critique, whether from a seasoned mentor at work or a partner at home, can become a torchlight on the path to self-mastery. But not all voices deserve admittance. The silent strength is in choosing which advice molds us and which fades into the background. Everyday situations offer fertile ground for this wisdom. A parent striving to nurture children in a turbulent world learns the value of inner composure when children rebel or falter. A professional navigating shifting team alliances must hold fast to the silent knowledge of their true value, rather than competing in endless cycles of validation. In love and friendship, people come and go, but dignity that flows from within remains untroubled. Learning to focus on what you can control is a lifelong journey. It means letting go of the urge to edit the opinions of others, carrying yourself with silent pride regardless of audience. Do not let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do, John Wooden once said. Each day offers new opportunities to practice, to welcome feedback from those you respect, thank the rest in silent acknowledgement, and move forward. Confidence thrives not in noisy rooms, but in silent, steadfast hearts. By building your sense of worth from within and focusing only on what you can truly command, you create an unyielding foundation, one that serves not only you, but becomes a source of strength for all who cross your path. 5. Handle criticism rationally. In every silent corner of human endeavor, criticism lurks sometimes as a whisper, other times as a storm. At a family dinner, a sibling's dismissive comment can sting more than a stranger's insult. In boardrooms, sharp evaluations from supervisors or peers can turn a single meeting into a test of identity. Across social networks, celebrities watch as strangers dissect their choices, while ordinary people face scrutiny from their communities and colleagues. The challenge is universal. Will you let criticism be a chain that binds, or a chisel that shapes? Stoics understood criticism not as a threat, but as an opportunity. As Seneca wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." The hurt, triggered by careless words, rarely springs from their substance, but from the weight we grant them. Logic, the silent sentinel, is our greatest defense. Before letting a comment unravel your peace, pause. Who speaks these words? Are they grounded in truth? Are they spoken by someone who has walked the path, or by a mere passerby offering noise? Professional and personal stories abound. The artist unveiled her work only to watch critics dissect every brushstroke. Yet, her silent resolve kept her focused on feedback from respected mentors, those who understood the craft. The rest she released like smoke in the wind. Years later, her art resonated far beyond those early detractors. At work, managers endure public scrutiny for every bold move. The wisest filter feedback through reason, trusting constructive criticism and letting go of silent grumblings rooted in envy or ignorance. All truths are easy to understand once they are discovered. The point is to discover them, Galileo once said. Similarly, genuine useful criticism reveals itself through its intent and clarity. Trustworthy sources, seasoned professionals, loyal friends, family members with your interests at heart offer guidance you can build upon. The rest, irrelevant negativity, deserves no more attention than raindrops rolling off a well-oiled coat. This discipline is tested everywhere, parents navigating unsolicited advice about raising children, business owners facing online reviews, partners fielding silent judgments from extended family. The rational mind learns to weigh feedback deliberately. Which voices have proven wisdom and which simply echo? This clarity creates a foundation of self-respect, balanced by a willingness to improve when facts, not feelings, warrant change. Handling criticism with reason is neither cold nor aloof. It's the silent strength of a person who values growth over ego. It demands humility, accepting fault when warranted, and confidence, rejecting baseless judgment. To avoid criticism, say nothing, do nothing, be nothing, declared Aristotle, reminding us that only the inert escape reproach. In this world, criticism is inevitable. The Stoic path teaches us to meet it not with wounded pride, but with the silent logic that separates the gold from the dross. Accept the wise, release the rest, and let your true self be shaped only by what is real and worthy. 6. Keep your composure under pressure. Life is a relentless sculptor, shaping us through a series of unforeseen pressures. In every home, workplace, and social circle, silent waves of challenge roll in, sometimes quietly, sometimes with the force of a storm. The Stoic, however, knows that struggle is not an anomaly to be feared, but the very arena where true character is forged. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body, wrote Seneca. And nowhere is this clearer than in the stories of those who keep their composure when the world seems determined to unravel. In the chaos of a family crisis, when relationships tighten and emotions threaten to overflow, it is the person who maintains a silent steadiness who becomes the anchor. Whether a parent facing a child's rebellion or a partner weathering the silent erosion of distance, those who pause, who allow rational thought to lead instead of impulsive words, are often the ones who hold things together. The calm in their voice, the measured response, sends a silent ripple of reassurance through everyone present, proving that leadership does not always thunder. Often, it acts as a silent current beneath troubled waters. In the workplace, leaders are not defined by how they act when all is well, but by how they respond when deadlines loom, resources dwindle, and stakes are high. Consider the surgeon in the intense focus of the operating room, the firefighter braving an inferno, or the executive navigating a corporate crisis amidst uncertainty. Composure under pressure distinguishes them. Dwight D. Eisenhower once said, "In preparing for battle, I have always found that plans are useless, but planning is indispensable." This is the silent preparation training the mind, day after day, to meet the unpredictable with calm, collected precision. Socially, pressures mount in less obvious but equally potent ways. Unspoken expectations, silent competitions, and subtle criticisms try to pull us off balance. The individuals who, like Queen Elizabeth II during countless national crises, meet adversity with silent dignity, remind us of the power inherent in non-reactivity. Their example radiates the wisdom of Epictetus. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Training the mind to remain calm does not come naturally. It is the result of consistent, intentional practice. Everyday situations, traffic, gridlock, heated debates, sudden setbacks become exercises in self-discipline. The goal is not emotional suppression, but mastery. To hear the tumult of inner reactions, acknowledge them, and let them pass, responding with clarity instead of confusion. Pressure will never yield to our will, but composure transforms pressure into the silent catalyst for greatness. By tuning the mind, accepting the certainty of challenge, and elevating strategy over emotion, we craft a legacy not just for ourselves, but for those who watch and rely on us. In the silent tension of life's most trying moments, composure becomes the mark of the truly resilient and wise. 7. Let go of what you cannot control. In the silent corridors of human thought, we wage countless battles against the world's unyielding nature. Whether sitting across a tense family table or navigating the endless demands of our workplaces, the urge to control everything haunts us. Many spend years, sometimes lifetimes, clinging silently to expectations and outcomes, only to discover that this grip breeds suffering more than relief. There is only one way to happiness, taught Epictetus, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. In family, the stories echo. A parent aches over a child's choices, unable to force outcomes despite silent prayers and heartfelt advice. The spouse tries to shape the arc of a partner's dreams, learning slowly that love's true measure is respect for another's autonomy. Friends drift as their paths fork, careers crumble despite years of silent effort, and even the most devoted find they cannot steer the hearts of others. Our world is littered with plans overturned by forces unhearing and unmovable. Yet, within this reality lies unexpected freedom, the liberation found in letting go. Real strength isn't a clenched fist, it's the open hand. J.K. Rowling, rejected countless times, could have let defeat suffocate her resolve. Instead, she surrendered silent hopes for immediate success, persisting through adversity until her true impact unfolded. Nelson Mandela, during decades of wrongful imprisonment, faced the brutal truth. He could not control the actions of his oppressors. What he mastered instead was his silent, indomitable spiritus attitude, his grace, his resilience. Society pushes the myth of control, aggressively perfect families, flawless careers, friendships without rifts, bodies without blemish. But everything external moves according to forces indifferent to our wanting. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, prayed Reinhold Niebuhr, in words that would comfort generations. The Stoic's task is silent but profound. Discern what you influence, and release the rest. Letting go is not passive resignation, but active, daily choice. In business, a CEO faces shifting markets and unpredictable competitors. The wise leader focuses on strategy, culture, and effort, letting markets turn as they will, responding with adaptability rather than despair. In love and friendship, disappointment is met with the silent strength of acceptance rather than bitterness, holding space for others to be who they are, not who we silently wish them to be. The journey to self-mastery is paved with the stones we refuse to carry. Every day offers practice, a frustrating traffic jam, a delayed project, unreturned affection. By trading clinging for acceptance, we become more agile, resilient, and joyous. Man is not disturbed by things, but by the view he takes of them, offered Marcus Aurelius, summarizing the heart of Stoic wisdom. You cannot command, and let your energy return in silent waves to what you can. By doing so, you transform your suffering into serenity, finding strength, not in shaping the world, but in mastering your response to it. 8. The power of silence. There is a quiet force that holds sway over every room, every meeting, and every intimate conversation, who so often overlooked in a world obsessed with noise and interruption. This is the power of silence. The Stoics recognized its value, crafting their discipline as much by what they withheld as by what they expressed. Silence, observed Pythagoras, is better than unmeaning words. In moments of tension, at family gatherings where grievances threaten to boil over, or in the negotiation halls where careers are made and broken, the person comfortable in silent restraint holds more influence than the loudest voice in the room. Consider the experience of a manager handling workplace conflict. Words fly, tempers flare, yet the leader who stays silent initially, watching carefully, listening deeply, controls the momentum of the exchange. By not rushing in, by offering a silent space for others to reveal their motives and frustrations, this leader garners true insight. Empathy is cultivated, not by filling space, but by leaving it open. Nelson Mandela, during negotiations that ended apartheid, wielded silent patience as his sharpest tool, waiting, letting others reveal their true positions before responding with precision. Within families, when long-standing disagreements resurface, it is rarely the loudest sibling or the most persistent parent who resolves things. Often, the one who listens in silent patience, who does not raise their voice or retort in anger, grants the conversation a chance to heal. This silent person observes what others cannot see: tone, intent beneath words, hidden wounds. He who does not understand your silence will probably not understand your words, wrote Albert Hubbard, encapsulating the essence of connection that silence affords. In relationships of love and friendship, silent pauses often speak volumes. A trusted friend may listen without interruption, letting the story flow until the speaker finds their own answer. Mature partners resolve conflict not by rapid-fire arguments, but by granting each other silent moments to breathe, reflect, and return to the core of their bond. Society itself views silence with suspicion, equating it with weakness or ignorance, yet history consistently debunks this myth. From Queen Elizabeth II's carefully measured public responses to Warren Buffett's silent focus before making major investment decisions, the most powerful figures use silence as armor and as leverage. Better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak out and remove all doubt. Abraham Lincoln once noted, illustrating how silence protects dignity and confers strategic advantage. Mastering silence requires discipline, especially when provoked or eager to prove oneself. It is an act of restraint, choosing to listen more and speak less, allowing emotions to settle, letting others reveal themselves outright. The silent observer often sees what others miss, responding with wisdom rather than impulse. In a culture obsessed with being heard, reclaiming the silent space is radical. It is the silent strength that empowers, connects, and transforms us. In the business meeting, the family dinner, and the private struggle, speaking less is not weakness but clarity. Through silence, we regain power over ourselves and over every situation we enter. 9. Train daily to stay calm. True Stoic strength is not found in momentary displays of calm during crisis, but in the silent, relentless training of the mind, day by day, challenge by challenge. In a society that prizes quick fixes and dramatic results, the Stoic path is quiet, steadfast, deeply rooted in small, disciplined actions. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This wisdom lies at the heart of daily mental training. Discipline begins each morning, often before the world fully awakens. Whether it's a few minutes of silent reflection before the household stirs or a mindful commute, small rituals build resilience. In the workplace, executives who pause silently before difficult meetings, centering themselves, model calm for their teams. Parents who take a silent breath before responding to a child's defiance transform frustration into patience. These acts are never noticed by the outside world, but their effects ripple through families, friendships, and organizations. Gratitude is another daily practice that silences restlessness and entitlement. Those who keep a gratitude journal, quietly listing what is good even on the hardest days, train themselves to see abundance amid chaos. Viktor Frankl, a survivor of the Holocaust, famously wrote, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." This is not just a lofty ideal, it's a practical tool for neutralizing life's storms. Even under the silent weight of loss, gratitude reframes suffering and fosters hope. Equally essential is detachment, the art of letting events unfold without being ruled by them. This is not indifference. It's the silent courage to witness obstacles and disappointments without letting them color our judgment or poison our actions. Top athletes, like tennis legend Serena Williams, reveal their mastery during pivotal matches, not through visible bravado, but through unwavering presence stripped of reaction, fueled by practice. They greet victories and defeats alike with equanimity, a mental armor honed through silent repetition and conscious effort. The power of these silent habits becomes clearest in moments of stress. A heated exchange at work, a friend's betrayal, a sudden setback in health or fortune. Those who have trained their minds daily do not let anger, fear, or sadness dictate their responses. They pause, acknowledge the emotion, and act in alignment with their principles, not their impulses. "He who is brave is free," said Seneca, pointing to the freedom born from self-mastery. Transformation unfolds quietly, not in grand gestures, but in the silent choosing of restraint, perspective, and gratitude every day. Each challenge, be it personal disappointment or societal upheaval, offers a fresh chance to refine this craft. Train daily, and calm will no longer be a state you visit, but the silent ground you walk upon. This is the legacy of true Stoics. Strength that endures, guiding not only themselves, but everyone who has the privilege to know them. 10. Move in silence, let results speak. Great strength often wears the cloak of silence. In the pursuit of power, relevance, and influence, society places a premium on self-promotion, boasting plans, broadcasting ambitions, and explaining oneself at every turn. Yet throughout history, the most impactful individuals have moved in silence, letting actions create their reputation rather than words. "Well done is better than well said," wrote Benjamin Franklin, underscoring a timeless truth that the Stoics understood at their core. Within families, there is the quiet parent who works late into the night, not seeking applause or gratitude, but silently building a foundation of stability for their children's futures. They don't narrate every sacrifice. They let the safety and opportunities they provide speak for them. In the world of work, consider the employee who consistently delivers results without fanfare. While others may campaign for recognition, this silent worker earns the trust and respect of peers and leaders alike because outcomes, not explanations, are their calling card. Friendship, too, thrives on unspoken loyalty. The friend who stands by in silent support during tough times, choosing presence over pronouncements, makes a mark that endures longer than declarations ever could. In love, actions of care and loyalty weigh more than the loud promises often made in haste. Actor Keanu Reeves, widely respected for his humility and discretion, seldom broadcasts his generosity or struggles, yet his silent deeds have built an image far more enduring than any self-promotion could achieve. In society's chaotic clamor, where social media tempts people to reveal every ambition, Stoic wisdom counsels privacy and prudent reticence. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one, urged Marcus Aurelius. This advice is as relevant in today's digital age as it was in Rome's forums. Powerful people guard their intentions, recognizing that energy is best invested in silent action, not in convincing others of future success. Those with silent resolve inspire a particular kind of respect and envy from those who expend themselves seeking validation. In business, leaders like Steve Jobs and Warren Buffett are known not only for vision, but for a quiet determination, revealing their greatest ideas through impact, not anticipation. Silent strategy often wins where noisy ambition falters, as competitors fail to see the real plan until results are indisputable. Moving in silence is not secrecy out of fear, it is clarity of purpose. It is trusting that work itself, not a parade of explanations, will carry the message. The discipline to refrain from seeking applause or over-explaining roots a person in self-respect and deepens their influence. Those who let results do the talking draw the world's gaze when it matters most. True power flows from the silent current beneath the surface. In a world obsessed with visibility, cultivating a private, resolute path is a radical act of self-mastery. Let actions be your statement. Let achievement legacy. Move in silence, your results will speak volumes, long after the noise fades. In the tapestry of life, true strength lies not in resisting hardship, but in mastering ourselves amidst it. Stoicism teaches us that peace is an inner fortress, built one silent, purposeful action at a time. Remember, life will always bring challenges, but your response remains yours to command. Let each moment of composure carve your character, and let your calm become a beacon to those around you. If you find wisdom in these words, carry them beyond the screen. Apply them, practice them, and watch the transformation in your own life. Subscribe to the channel, share your thoughts below, and join a community devoted to living with resilience, clarity, and purpose. Every step toward self-mastery is a step toward true freedom. Take that step today.